I mean, everybody can be beat. It's just a matter of the night of the fight. Somebody come in on a good day, anyway coming in on a bad day. So anybody can be beat. It's just a matter of what happens that night in the fight.
See, my thing was, I was thinking that Cool Boy was going to do what he did against Fig and bring the fight to Inoue. I don't know why he
Yeah,
just stayed on his back foot, because if he would have stepped to Inoue, I think he would have had a better chance, like when he fought Brandon. I don't know why he didn't do that.
yeah. I said that too. I thought that he would once he realized that that Monster boxing ability was better than what he thought it was. I thought he would step to him and make it a nasty and ugly fight. I think he would have had a better chance. Now it might have been the same outcome because
Mm-hmm.
now you giving up, you going into his power and you
Mm-hmm.
giving him more chances to hit you. But I think he probably would have had a better chance of maybe catching anyway with something that anyway wasn't expecting.
So can we? Are we? Salute to my man Josh, my TYT brother. He said, "What it do?" I'm just wondering, man. Did we overrate Cool Boy? Because I had him as my number one at 122.
No, I wouldn't say we overrated them. Like I said, I mean everybody have a bad day, everybody have a good day. You got to look at what happened in the fight, and just because a person lose a fight doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that he's overrated. It is pretty much what happens after he lose that fight. Now, if he starts to go downhill, then I would say okay, now Cool Boy might have been a little bit overrated. But if that was just a bump in the road and he continued doing what he's been doing, I wouldn't say he's overrated because, like I said before, Cool Boys fought all of the top guys. It wasn't like he hasn't been fighting the top guys. He fought all of them. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that he's overrated. I would just say it was just a bump in the road. We have to see what happens after this. Is he going to bounce back, or is this going to be the beginning of Cool Boy going downhill? Now, my belief is Cool Boy will bounce back. This was just a bump in the road. It is a learning curve because you got to remember he's still early in his career. Cool Boy, although Cool Boy is like 28 years old, he only
mm-hmm.
had that was only his 22nd fight. So he's
Yeah.
still early in his career.
You know the thing. I guess the thing was I didn't anticipate Inoue being that great at boxing, and I'm
No,
thinking like I'm telling you if that's going to translate because like you said it before, man, he's a weight bully. I didn't see no real size difference first. Him and Kuba,
no,
I thought they're about the same size. Man.
yeah.
You almost
That's why. That's why I've been telling everybody. I said, dog, y'all got to understand this man is the same size as Tank Davis. Yeah, his weight is lower than Tank Davis, but he's the same size, man. I mean, all you got to do is just he was in there with Cool Boy. This man came from 112. He was in there with Cool Boy. They literally, when they weighed in point 0.2 pounds difference. If Cool
yeah.
Boy was 121.9, Inouye was 121.7. There was a point 0.2 pound difference. So the man is not he's not little. He wasn't little. It wasn't like it was a big step up because y'all got to remember they fighting at 112 and 115 and 118. Those weights ain't really nothing to nobody. Those are like my daughter is bigger than 112. My daughter 12 years old. She's bigger than 112. That ain't no real weight.
I agree with you. Said salute to my man T. You said what's good, D Free BBO. Salute to my man Josh. Said you win some, you lose. you win some, but you live to fight another day. He stepped to him and just swung. He couldn't hit him really. I think the funny thing though that I could say that was so funny was I don't know if you've seen those clips. That's the same punch that Sugar Shane used against Floyd when he went to the body and then went up top with the left hook. And it's
Yeah.
crazy that why in the world didn't Cool Boy hold on for dear life? I don't know why he didn't grab his arm or something.
I mean, I think because you got to remember, Cool Boy's never been in that situation before. So it's part of pride and it's part of not knowing what to do because you never been in that situation. And his pride was like, I'm gonna go ahead and try to step to him. Once he got knocked down, he like, I'm gonna try to step to him, and he really didn't have nothing left. He was like, man, I'm just gonna go out on my shield. But like I said, it's part of pride and part of never been in that situation, don't know how to react because I mean, if you never been hurt, you never been down in your career, you won't know how to react until it happens.
You know what's funny? You remember that old segment on the Chappelle Show when keeping it real goes wrong?
Yep.
That's what I thought of when I see you. Because Cool Boy was talking cash money, man. He was talking cash money. And to really see him get beat to death like that, man, the knockout almost was an afterthought because he was just boxing him so easy, man. I didn't think he would box his ears off like that. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, they fighters. They gotta talk. They gotta talk. You're not gonna go in there and just be respectful or whatever, and then this man is trying to take your head off. Because truth be told, we all knew that Monster was gonna come in there and try to go for the knockout. We knew Cool Boy was gonna go in there and try to box. Cool Boy didn't have the power. We knew Monster had the power. So he's not gonna go in there and just try to be and not talk and be respectful, knowing that this man is coming in trying to knock your block off. You gonna talk this shit, especially you never been beat before, so you gonna talk this shit. Like that's how I am. I'm gonna talk my shit until you beat me. Can't no nigga beat me until you beat me. So
right.
I'm gonna talk my shit.
Hey, I think the funny thing was that boy Cool Boy got up out of there, man, so fast. He left the ring so fast. And I just was wondering, man. I can say what would be his next fight in your opinion? Where should he go from here?
Who, Cool Boy?
Yeah.
I mean, get right back to it. Go for the next man up there. I mean, I don't know if it was a rematch clause in it or not, but get right back to it. If you don't have a rematch clause, fight the next man to try to get those belts again, or get yourself back in position to get the belts again.
I'm gonna read a couple of these comments real quick. My man Josh, my TYT brother, said, "I think Inouye's power shot Cool Boy, and he went gun shy compared to all the Cool Boy fights." I agree with that. My man AB said, "Salute boxing matchups with D3 to TYT DC." He just saluting everybody. He said, "Rematch with Fig." I don't think he want to fight Fig again. I don't know. What you think, man? I think Fig I heard it.
No, I think he was moving up to 126-2 rematch Brandon Figueroa, and then he decided to take the Monster Inoue fight. I believe that's what he was planning on doing, and then Monster Inoue moved up and challenged him for his belt. So he was like, "I fight Monster. I'm not scared of him. I take all the big challenges." But I think he was moving up to rematch Brandon Figueroa before this fight happens.
Can he beat Brandon Figueroa with Brandon Figueroa being more the natural weight? I don't think he can, because Fig was, Fig was big before. I'm thinking at a more natural weight, he might just be too big for Cool Boy.
I don't know, because Cool Boy would be putting on more weight too. So I don't know. Sometimes it's just fighters. You have a fighter that you just can't beat. I actually believe that Brandon Figueroa can't beat Cool Boy because Cool Boy beat Brandon Figueroa at his fight. And if Cool Boy fight Brandon Figueroa at Cool Boy's fight, Brandon Figueroa definitely can't match Cool Boy as far as the boxing ability.
He said exactly for you remember. He said yes, he could because Fig ain't hitting like Inoue. I'm convinced now. I'm just wondering, that would be a super fight. Who you think would win out of Inoue and Brandon Figueroa?
Who's the what?
Who do you think will win out of Brandon Figueroa and Inoue at 126? Who do you think will win out of that fight?
Oh, Inoue will win that. Brandon Figueroa don't know how to box. All he do is he only fight on the inside.
He don't know how to fight. You rough. He just beat Max Marcel though. You know that, right?
I don't care. Max Marcel can't fight either.
Hey man, come on, man. Hey man, he got to win over. He got to win over Gary Russell, one of the most talented dudes in boxing, man. That's a huge win.
You mean he was gifted a win over Gary Russell?
Yeah, he was gifted. He was definitely gifted.
Okay, he was gifted. Okay, he didn't get a win. He was gifted a win. Because everybody's seen that Gary Russell with one arm from the fourth round on beat that man with one arm. And the most convincing shot in that whole fight was from Gary Russell with one arm. And almost knocked Marcel out with one arm.
So thinking about that fight, man, do you think that we'll get the Tank versus Inoue fight at some point? Or is that too big?
I had a lot of people talking about that. Y'all want Inoue to get killed.
Why you say that, man? Come on, you see what he did?
I think you know what I think it is. I think
What's
everybody think of the Floyd and Manny Pacquiao, and now they got Tank and anyway, that's their Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. They like, oh, we could get this shit again. Man, Tank will kill anyway, man.
Tell me, how in the world would he kill a great boxer like anyway? I don't think Tank can box like that. You think Tank can box the way? I'm asking you, man. You think Tank can box like that? I'm asking you, man. You rough, man.
You said you don't think Tank can box like that. Did you see Tank fight Mario Barrio?
Yeah, I seen that.
He boxed Mario Barrio.
He did. But what I'm saying is he still was lunging in, trying to get into his body. I don't think he can do that with Inoue.
Of course he had to. He had to because Mario Barrio's 6 foot. With a longer arm, he had to do that. Inoue is his height. He don't have to do that with Inoue. All he got to do is set Inoue up. There's a difference. Mario Barrio, at times he had to lunge in, and he realized that Mario Barrio couldn't hurt him, and he lunged in and caught him. And we got to remember, Tank have a beard, so even if Inoue catches him, Tank can hold up to Inoue. Can Inoue hold up to Tank's power? We seen Inoue get dropped. We never seen Tank get dropped.
Hey, you love to bring that up there. He got dropped one time.
Because hey, it don't matter. You got dropped by somebody that does not have the power of a Tank Davis.
Yeah, Tank got that. You gonna take a shower? You get hit by him.
Yeah.
What he say? Inoue will stop Fig quicker than he stopped Cool Boy. No lie, BBO. I think he probably would too, because Fig ain't got no defense. He said years down the line. I don't know if that's years down the line because I can't think of that guy's name. I don't see that guy beating Inoue. I really don't. I think Inoue's going to knock him out too.
But you talking about moving up 3 weight classes? He
got 130.
No, Tank ain't at 130. Tank at 120, 135.
He won't come to 130 to fight Inoue. You don't think?
Why is Tank going down to fight Inoue? Inoue got to come to fight Tank. Tank is the man, not Inoue.
And well, let me ask you this: where is Inoue on your pound for pound list now?
I told you he's not.
Oh my God! After this win, come on, D.
I didn't lie about that. No, I told you he's not on my pound for pound because Cool Boy wasn't on my pound for pound. I can't put him on there because he beat Cool Boy. Cool Boy wasn't on there. Oh no, I wasn't. I didn't tell you that. I told T and him that yesterday. I didn't have Cool Boy on my pound for pound. So Inoue is not on my pound for pound. He moved up. He like number 11, number 12, something like that. He moved up, but he.
Oh my God! He said, my man Josh said, Tank can hit you with one shot and you will go blind. You right? I remember that dude saying that he was blind. I don't know about that. He said, my man Godbody said, Tank don't do well with smaller fighters. I was saying I think Inoue will be good because people don't realize that, what's that guy's name? Pitbull Cruz? He did a pretty good job against Tank, even though I thought Tank beat him with one hand. I still say he did a decent job. What you think about that?
You said he don't do well with who?
He don't do well. Somebody in the comments, yeah, he don't do well with smarter fighters.
He don't do well with guys that's smaller than him.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna say he don't do well with some guys that's smaller than him. Cruz was the first person that he faced in about I don't know how many fights that was smaller than him. Everybody else that was smaller than him, he knocked out. And the only reason why Cruz didn't get knocked out was because he broke his hand. And Cruz got a hard head. He broke his hand, and Cruz had a high guard and was just coming in, swinging shot. But we saw the boxing ability that Tank Davis had. All Cruz did was just push him back to the ropes. And Tank Davis was just weaving a lot of shots. He got caught with a lot of shots, but we also see Tank Davis with a beard. Because the shots that he did get caught with, he wasn't hurt. He just moved out of the ropes and moved and pivoted around and kept doing what he was doing. I mean,
and he went to Tank's body too. So that was one thing people forget. Like Tank is pretty good. He got a steel body too because big body. And it seemed like it wasn't affecting him at all, which is something that I heard Shakur's weak to the body. So I don't know. He said Tank at
Yeah.
135. I thought Tank was at 130 between 130 and 140. I thought that's what he said he was going to do.
No, Tank fought at 130 when he beat Leo Santa Cruz for the WBA Super. He fought Mario Barrio at 140 for the WBA regular, but he's dropped both those belts because he said he's campaigning at 135. That's the weight that he feel comfortable at. He been at 130. He moved up and he got the WBA regular at 135. He and then he moved down to fight Leo Santa Cruz for the WBA Super, and then he moved up, like I said, to fight Mario Barrio for the WBA regular. But he dropped both those belts and said, "I'm campaigning at 135." That's where he feel comfortable at. So, like I said, if Monster won him, he got to come to 135. The same way they was quote unquote talking about that Chris Colbert and all that. Like I told y'all that was a lie. But that Chris Colbert would have had to move up to 135 to fight Tank Davis. He's not going down to 130.
Oh, okay, so he's not going back down. I didn't realize that. He said, my OG D-Free shaking my head. What did he say? Josh, he said Tank broke his hand in the second round when he dropped Cruz and beat him the rest of the fight with one hand. He said Tank has some of the best footwork in boxing. I dare someone to challenge that. I wish Shakur could still make 130. He would beat the sleeves off Monster. You nuts. Monster, stop sugar, man. Monster, stop sugar.
I don't think he'll stop Shakur. I think Shakur might be able to beat Monster because Shakur has the height advantage and he has the reach advantage and he has great defense. That's the thing that Cool Boy didn't have. And Shakur got decent power. He's not no knockout artist, but he got decent power. He will hurt you. So Monster is not going to be able to just come right in on Shakur and just swing big shots. Shakur will be able to catch him with that jab, and he'll set him up. Monster tried to throw a hook, and Shakur set him up. So I think Shakur definitely beat Monster. I don't think he'll stop Monster, but I think he'll beat him. And it's a possibility that he could stop Monster. Monster coming in trying to go for the knockout and get caught with something. He could possibly stop Monster, but I think Shakur would beat Monster. I don't think Monster beat no Shakur Stevenson. That's why I said I don't think he beat Tank Davis because I got Shakur Stevenson. He's slightly below Tank Davis, but they around the same level of talent. He's slightly below Tank Davis because Tank Davis has that equalizer that I don't give a fuck who you are. He putting your ass to sleep if he catch you with it.
Hey, it's funny you say that, man, because I'm wondering is Tank's power a little overstated? Because it seemed like he like to beat you up before he knock you up.
I'm not gonna say it's orchestrated because I didn't see Tank Davis knock people out all different types of ways. I didn't see Tank Davis break niggas' nose by jumping in and throwing a shot. Not he wasn't even on his feet, and he caught the dude with a shot and broke his nose, and the dude just collapsed. I didn't see Tank Davis break. I didn't see Tank Davis do all kinds of stoppage. Nah, his stuff ain't orchestrated. It's just when he hits you, and it's curtains. A lot of times, Tank don't even know he hitting you with a power shot. We saw what happened with Roldy. He was like, I wasn't trying to knock him out. I was just throwing the shot and trying to get out of there. And it just so happened I hit him right on the button, and he went to sleep.
He said Cobra would get done like Spilker messing with Tank. I don't know about that. He said, in a way, Shakur is a 55-45 Shakur because in a way got great feet like Shakur pause. But this is the thing. This is the thing I'm thinking. I'm talking about with that boxing ability. I don't know if Shakur can step to in a way the way he like to step to people. What you think, man?
It's not so much the court stepping. When he realized that you can't beat him on the outside, he not really stepping. Is when you take a step back, he take a step forward. When you take a step forward, he take a half step back. He's great at the distance. He know how to manage his distance. So he's not getting too far away and not let you get too close. So it's not so much he's stepping to you. It's just he's keeping his distance. He don't want you to get out of range, so he don't swing a shot that make him lunge, especially if you are a person that is smaller. And if he swing a looping shot and he's not in range, it's going to leave himself open because he's the bigger guy. So I think he's not so much stepping to you. He just keeping his range where he likes it to be at, whether you taking a step back or he's taking a step back. He's just making sure that you're not too close and he's not too far away.
Salute to my man Skywalker Boxing, my TYT brother. I don't think I've seen you yet before, man. He said,
That's
salute
my
strap
boy
season.
Skywalker.
He said, salute strap season. My brother looking strong during media workouts. Yeah, he looked good. He said, we really don't know if Shakur got a chin other than the big African that cracked him. I also think Shakur talked about how when Oscar Valdez hit him to the body, he was hurt bad. So I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I want to see more Shakur against top flight fighters to kind of get a better gauge.
Actually, Shakur didn't say he was hurt. He said he got hit with a good shot. He didn't say he was hurt. He got hit with a good shot when Oscar Valdez hit him to the body.
He said all you do is have to meet that jumping in and out of anyway, because when he jumps and lunges with full power, just slip it and knock him out. See, I don't know, man. I think what y'all talking about defense, I think you underestimating how dominant anyway was on that mid-range, and that's where Shakur makes his money, on that mid-range. I don't think he can get in and out the way he do with a guy like Anyway, because I think Anyway hit him with something right to the body like he was doing. I don't know. You don't think those stabs, because he kept stabbing to the body, man, with that solar plate punch that Floyd made for him.
You talking about Anyway being in the mid-range, and he does work in the mid-range with guys his size or smaller. You got to remember, Shakur is like 5'9", 5'8", with a longer arm reach. So Shakur's mid-range is not Inouye's mid-range. Shakur's mid-range is Inouye's long range.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Inouye's mid-range is Shakur inside game. So it's not the same because they're the height and the length difference. So like it's just like me and you. You 5, I'm 5'10". My mid-range is your inside game. Your mid-range is my long reach. I gotta stretch out. When you at mid-range, your arm reach is much longer than mine, so I gotta stretch out. You don't have to stretch out as much.
Right. I'm just wondering too, do you think the power matters at the top level?
It matters for Inoue. It doesn't matter for a guy like Shakur Stevenson or Tank Davis, because Inoue hits hard at the lower level, but his power might be the same as his power might be the same as a Shakur Stevenson. Who knows? He's fighting guys that's at 112, 115. So who knows? His power might be the same as a Shakur Stevenson. Because I'm not gonna say that Shakur Stevenson at that lower weight class, he's not knocking all those motherfuckers out.
That's true. He said Tank hit so hard, he made fighters question, do they want to box like my dog Errol? I don't know about that. My man Brian said, D free, peace, brother. My man God Body said stop. Salute to my man Brian. He said they just doing some salutes. I think Inoue what he said, I think Inoue could beat Valdez or Navarrete. I think he could beat Navarrete easy. And I think he'd beat Valdez, because one thing about Valdez is very, very limited. When he fought Shakur, I feel like Shakur kind of showed us he really not even looking to be defensive, man. Because he just let Shakur tee off on him, man. I had never really seen Valdez get beat up like that. He got beat up pretty bad in that fight.
I ain't gonna say I ain't never seen him get beat up like that before, because the fight that he had for the dude that Shakur just beat at 130 before he moved up, Robert Kasakian beat up Oscar Valdez pretty good. They just gave it to Oscar Valdez, but Oscar Valdez is a smaller version of Canelo Alvarez without the head movement. He don't have the head movement that Canelo Alvarez had, but he has the same boxing style. They come forward and they like to throw body shots and looping hooks once they get close in range, and they try to take you out with a nice hook, whether there's a right hook or a left hook. They try to hit you with that to take you out. But that would be a good fight for Oscar Valdez. I think because Valdez got a chin, he got a chin, but I mean, I think over time, I think he might end up getting stopped. But then again, who knows? Oscar Valdez can punch, so who knows? He might have that rough style that I thought that Cool Boy should have tried on Monster. That might give Monster a problem, and Monster might can't handle that because, like I said, you're moving up in weight. So Oscar Valdez is much bigger than you. So now you're dealing with a guy that's naturally walking around at 140, 150, that shrunk himself down to 130. So I don't know. That weight. I mean, it might be too much for in a way fighting Oscar. I don't know. We have to see.
Let me read a couple of these comments real quick. He said, Josh said, in a way, toughest fight would be Robisi. He said Robisi gonna be waiting at 126. I think he'll stop Robisi. I mean, I can't get caught up in that punching bag he fought. That dude he fought did not come to fight. That big Japanese dude he beat up, that dude ain't come to fight.
No, I mean, but I seen what Robisi did to Abraham though. I mean, Arthur Abraham did that. I mean, Robisi can fight.
He can fight.
I think Monster might catch him with a shot because Robisi do have lapses in his defense and he can be caught because I saw Arthur catch him with a nice shot a couple of times. It just when Robisi caught him, it was curtains. So I mean, but
that's for sure.
I think he will eventually get stopped by Monster, but who knows? He might, like I said, he might have that power that catches in a way, and in a way might go to sleep. That's why I said you never know who's waiting on, because it could be somebody that's banking their career off of beating Monster in a way. They're like, shit, all I need to do is fight. I know I can beat him. I just need to get a chance to fight him. So we never know what it is, because I know there's a lot of people that's banking their career on beating Tank Davis or beating Shakur or beating Devin because they know these guys are in the limelight. So they training every day to get that opportunity. If that opportunity ever come, they taking full advantage of it. So like I said, it all depends on who's on their A game the night of the fight, because I'm not gonna say that he can't nobody beat him, because anybody can be beat. It's just a matter of time. I mean, it's just a matter of you catching them on the right night.
Salute to the Queen QQ coming through. What's going on, Juan? He said, "What's up, y'all?" Salute to my man Skywalker said, "I was last week at Frank Martin's fight. That he looked better prepared than before. He was like a 6-man team. Right now, he's been working from Omega. He bought to America." He said, "I have a pounding migraine, y'all. I just wanted to smash the like button and say, hey, what's going on?" Let me see. I'll say that I think the funny thing about these big fights is I want to know what you think about Inoue's defense, man, because that was on show because Cool Boy couldn't touch it. That was one thing I think that was crazy. Did you see that?
Yeah, but I don't think his defense was really tested, to be honest with you. I don't think his defense was really tested. I think Cool Boy was just a little bit too concerned of the power. See, a lot of people was looking at him like, oh, Monster got great defense. Cool Boy's not be at the top. I saw the lack of trying to catch. Like Cool Boy was, when he was throwing his jab, he really wasn't throwing the jab to hit him with the jab. It was like he was just throwing a jab just to keep Inoue busy, to worry about a jab out there, but he wasn't throwing it to hit him. So I'm like, he really wasn't. He came to fight because he's the champion, but he really wasn't fighting. He was more so worried about the power.
I think the funny thing is, I wonder when did he hit him, because what you're saying is true, because I've been hearing a lot of people in the comments say he looked scared. I don't think he was scared. I think he was super, super gun shy though.
Yeah, he was gun shy. That's what I said. That's why I said I don't know if Inoue's defense was really on display, because I didn't see Cool Boy really do anything. Like I said, he was gun shy, and it looked like he was worried about the power. Because if you think about Monster anyway, you're not thinking about boxing ability. You're thinking about a knockout artist. So the first thing you're gonna think of is, okay, this dude got a lot of power. I can't get hit with the power. You're not gonna think about, okay, this dude can box. Just like if you was fighting daggone Deontay Wilder, you're not thinking about, okay, Deontay Wilder can box. You're thinking about not getting caught with that straight right.
Yeah,
that's what you're thinking about.
Hey, I think it's funny because they call it old media, man, but old media always prop up fighters. And I tell you what, this is the first time in a long, long time I think they might got it right. I think Inoue might be the best in the world. What you think, man?
He ain't no best in the world.
Oh, come on, man.
Y'all need to stop smoking on that gas. Y'all be out this motherfucker smoke. The best in the world? No, he fought two people, and y'all say he the best in the world. So what you telling me is before he fought Cool Boy was the best in the world.
I don't know. It's weird because I didn't have Cool Boy on my pound for pound list. I didn't have Cool Boy on my pound for pound list.
So you can't say that Inoue is the best in the world because he had one fight against Cool Boy. Because to be honest, like I said, outside of Donaire, Cool Boy is the only other name on his resume. So you saying he might be the best in the world? Nah, I'm not putting him nowhere on that level. Not even close. I'm not putting him above no goddamn Tank Davis, no Earl Spence, no Bud Crawford, no Jermell Charlo, no Arthur Butterbeef, no Demetrius Bivol, no Demetrius Andrade, David Morrell, David Benavidez. I'm not putting him above none of them niggas. You crazy? Hell no.
Hey, you rough, D3. I mean, come on, man. They said, oh, he's too small. Didn't Cool Boy say he's too small for me and blah, 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 all this crazy stuff, Paul. And then he went in there and beat him to death. I don't know. Cool. I don't know, man. I think you undervaluing that win, man. That was a big win, dude.
Yeah, that was a big win, but that don't put you as the best in the world. Like I said, some people say, okay, yeah, he's number one pound for pound. I never even had him on my pound for pound. Up until he fought Nonito the second time. I didn't even see the first fight. But up until he fought Nonito the second time, I didn't even know who the fuck Monster was. I didn't. I lied to you. Not. I didn't know who the fuck he was. I heard people talking about, like, Monster. Who the fuck is Monster? They saw the dude down at 118, 115. I like, man, I don't even watch nobody down in the lower weights like that. The lowest I ever went was 122 because my cousin fight down there. That's the lowest I ever go. I never paid attention to nobody at 118, 115. I knew who Nonito was because when he came out, they was talking about he was supposed to be the next Manny Pacquiao. So that I started watching Nonito, but I never paid attention to nobody down in them low ass weight classes.
Well, hey, it's what he said. D3 don't blame the gas. Gee, that's just them. He said, Skywalker facts, Robici don't care how you can box. If Robici went in there as careless as he can be with Inoue might put him to bed, bro. Like he might be sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Robici, he's a tough dude. He might be able to catch Monster with some shit that Monster ain't ready for. So I'm not gonna say that Robici will get knocked out by Monster. I'm not saying Monster gonna get knocked out by Robici, but it will be a hell of a fight because Robici can fight. He's a gold medalist. He beat Shakur Stevenson in the Olympics, so he is a gold medalist. So I'm not gonna say he can't fight. Now Robici can fight.
Your Robici, well, he had 126, right?
Yeah, 126.
Yeah. So wow, that's something else. He said your cousin fight at 118 too, D3. Gary Antoine Russell. Hey,
Antoine ain't no 118. You talking about Antonio? Antonio, I think Antonio's at 122.
Oh, he said Antonio. Sorry, he said Antonio. I read that wrong.
Yeah. I think Antonio moved up to 122.
Oh, he moved up. Okay. He said Robici got power like Inoue and great boxing skill and very high IQ. So I want to ask you about another fight that people are not talking about. Do you think we'll ever get Janibek versus Jermall Charlo?
If Janibek ever get some balls.
Oh, come on. You see how he knocked his last opponent out, man. I know you seen that. That don't count?
No.
I thought Demetrius...
It count on his resume, but it don't count to me.
I thought Demetrius Andre vacated the belt because he didn't want to fight Janibek. He kind of ducked Janibek.
Demetrius Andre vacated the belt because he went to 168. He wanted to get that fight with Canelo.
And he still ain't getting it, man. So
After
watching this press conference, man, do you think the Canelo versus Jamel fight is gonna be bigger, or what you think?
No, it's not gonna be bigger than this. No.
You don't think so with a pound for pound great like Jamel?
No.
And Canelo?
No.
He said Marlon White.
Because Jamel name is not bigger than Terrence or EJ's. Now Jamel got a name. He got a name. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. He got a name, but his name is not bigger than you got two big names, two big name guys that's fighting for undisputed. Now, like I said, it's a big fight. It's not. I don't think it's going to be bigger than Terrence and Bud. I mean, Terrence and Earl. I don't think it's going to be bigger than that. But it is a big fight. Don't get me wrong. It's a big fight. I just don't think it's going to be bigger than EJ and Bud.
So with the EJ and Bud fight, what do you think, man? You think this fight is going to go the distance, or you think somebody will get knocked out?
I think EJ might get stopped. I mean, I think EJ might stop Bud. I think EJ might stop Bud. I think it's going to be a doctor stoppage, or it could be Bomac throwing in the towel because Bomac might look over at Bud's mother and she gave him that look with the tears in her eye, crying. And that man be like, man, fuck it, throw the towel in. Throw the motherfucking towel. Say this, man. I'm serious. Y'all think I'm serious?
What the fuck you say?
Crying and shit, got her hands over her face because her son is coming back to the ring with both his eyes swollen, looking like they about to shut. Y'all this motherfucker looking like a mongoose out this bitch.
Hey, I think it's just so crazy how Chance Crawford then changed his whole energy, man. Like, I don't even recognize him, man. He don't look like the Chance Crawford. And I think it's going to be, they're going to say when he lose, it was some type of injury, man. I see the setup coming. You see that?
I mean, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't give a fuck. Y'all come with the motherfucking excuses all you want. I'm like, no, y'all called that man a drunk. Y'all said that man was fat and all that. I don't want to hear none of that shit. That y'all man got beat up by a drunk and a fat dude that was out of shape. He had a ring rust and all. If y'all sitting there talking about, oh, he had an injury. He knew he had an injury before he got in the ring. Why you getting in the ring? So I don't want to hear none of that. I ain't trying to hear. If he beat EJ and he had an injury, they were like, oh, he beat EJ with an injury. So I don't want to hear nothing about if he get beat and he has an injury. So I ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
Hey, I just see my
just like with Gary. Gary ain't making no excuses. He said, y'all gonna see at some point that my injury's gonna come into effect. He said, but I'm not pulling out of this fight. I'm not pulling out. And that's what he did. He went in there and he fought all 12 rounds. He ain't get knocked out. He fought all 12 rounds. And he actually won that fight, but they took it from him.
I think it's funny you say that, man, because when you look at this fight, man, I'm starting to really, I don't know. I'm telling you, these people, when me and you did our show on Monday, man, you kind of really got me to believe, man, this fight is a showcase, man. Like, I think Errol's gonna hurt him, man.
Yeah, I really believe. See, the thing is, like, a lot of people don't think that Earl heard all the shit that Bud's team has been saying about him. Earl heard all that shit. He got people that be on YouTube and be in social media letting them know everything that Bud said, sending him little clips that Bernie the Box has been saying and all that shit. He heard all that shit, and all that shit gonna play out in the ring. And see, Earl is the type, he don't show his feelings on the outside. He hold all that shit in, but he take that shit out when he's hitting you to your motherfucking body. He hitting you to your motherfucking eye. Just like when Ugas was sitting there showing off all his jewelry, that man said, yeah, oh yeah, I got this motherfucker. He think it's sweet out here. He beat Manny Pacquiao, he think it's sweet. And he went out there and commenced to beating the shit out of Ugas. So,
he said, Mike said, no joint can beat Bud and stops Errol in the 6th. So my thing is this. That stuff they were saying about Errol being a drunk, you think it's any validity to that, or that's just them talking crazy?
Huh?
Is there any validity to the fact that Errol's a drunk, or they just talking crazy? Is that a real thing, or that?
They saying Earl is a drunk because up until Earl had his car accident, Earl was going out partying with Tank and AB and all them, and you would see Earl out partying or whatever, and then he had the car accident. So they calling the man a drunk or whatever. But I mean, we never seen the man actually drunk on camera. We see the man having a good time. I mean, he might be a little tipsy or whatever, but I've never seen him like AB. I never seen Earl like AB. I never seen Earl like motherfucking Jamal Charlo when them niggas be on that motherfucker drunk. I never seen Earl like that. But I can see Earl. He might be a little nice. He was out partying or whatever. He might be a little nice, but I wouldn't say he was drunk. I would say he probably a little tipsy.
Hey, salute to my man, Boxing Nerd. Hey, Boxing Nerd. So I brought you up here because I know you've been talking about Bud. So after seeing Bud look scared to death, man, how you feeling, man?
What the hell you mean scared to death? Look at you trying to.
You look scared to death, man. What are you talking about?
Nah.
He was talking all that cash money, and what happened when they had the whole talk? He was quiet. He was humble. He should have been like that 3 years ago. We would have been got the fight.
Oh, stop! Oh my God, why are you trolling now? Like
I'm not trolling, bro. I'm telling you the truth.
Trolling,
D3, did you not see that? D3, did you not see that? He was quiet at the church mouse.
Trolling, bro.
What I will say is he don't have the same energy that he had when he was fighting Sean Porter and all the other guys. He was talking a lot of shit when he was fighting those guys, but he
wasn't talking a lot of shit when he was fighting Sean Porter. Stop the cap.
Yes,
no, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Let me snatch your chain, man. You talking crazy, man. He
wasn't. No, he wasn't.
He was talking wild, man.
So you don't I don't
remember him saying anything crazy.
When they were sitting down, and Bud was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this," and Sean Porter was like, "Well, he say that, but you see, he ain't look at me when he said it." You don't remember them going back and forth?
They were never going back and forth. It was a peaceful press conference. What are you talking about? Go watch that back.
That's shit talking. I mean, I don't know what you call
I'm not talking about. Yeah,
maybe if you putting a man down, that's what you call shit talk. I talk about telling what you gonna do to him, but that's shit talking. That's shit talking.
They were very cordial. It wasn't anything crazy.
Listen.
Let me see. No, hold on. Jose Benavidez and Terrence Crawford. That was shit. That was back and forth. That was borderline. That was personal. That's what you call. That's what you call hate. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Porter and Terrence Crawford were pretty much peaceful up until the weigh-ins. That's when you really seen what was going on. You seen them mugging each other, and that's when you really seen what was happening. Up until then, they weren't really talking crazy to each other. They weren't.
No, I didn't say they was talking crazy. I said they was shit talking. Both of them.
They weren't really doing that either.
They was. When you was talking about how you gonna beat somebody, that's shit talking. That's not.
Yeah, that's talking, man.
No,
that's shit talking. Just like I said, I don't know what you talking. I guess you got to be disrespectful for you to be shit talking according to you.
Yes, that's what we think shit talking is.
No, you don't have to be, because if I'm on the football field and I'm like, dog, I know what you about to do. And you're not gonna catch this motherfucking pass. I'm gonna intercept this motherfucking pass and I'm gonna run it back. That's shit talking. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling that man what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but they weren't really doing even that much at all. Like they weren't really. They were very respectful. They weren't doing any.
Okay, I mean, you see the way you see it. You see the way you see it.
Hey, D3, there was a movie. I don't know if you remember this movie called The Program. You remember that movie, The Program?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's from like '93. And remember the dude said, "Hey man, you the dude that shot my mother."
Right.
I know that was you that shot my mother. He said, "Man, I never knew your mother." And that's what Bud fans do, man. They make up stuff in their mind, and they just be coming up with like BS. Like Boxing Nerd is my guy, but he's getting up here.
You literally said Terrence Crawford would get knocked out by anyway. Don't start, please don't.
I said at the same. Did you see him burst Cool Boy? Or am I tripping? Did you see him burst Cool Boy?
Okay, so what is Cool Boy doesn't fight anything like Terrence Crawford. You said I knew it would knock out Terrence Crawford. So please don't start.
I said if they were the same size, that he would knock him out. I don't think
that.
And if I had wings, I would fly. Okay.
I don't think. I'll be honest with you. I don't think as many fighters that can beat in a way if they were the same size. I mean, that's the whole thing of the pound for pound. It's a fun list.
No, but pound for pound list really means if you conquer multiple weight divisions. I don't know why.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
You said pound for pound.
Pound pound for pound. Why did they make it for Sugar Ray? Because he was conquering multiple weight divisions.
No, you don't know your history,
no,
bro.
It's not. No, it's
you
not.
don't know your history.
That's literally why. That's the meaning of pound for pound.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, bro.
No, it's not.
Pound for pound literally means
pound for pound was made because of Sugar Ray Robinson. He fought in every weight class, but he could not fight at a heavyweight, and the heavyweight ran all of boxing. And so what they said was,
literally said he fought in every weight class. So
let me finish saying what I'm saying. What I'm saying. What they said was, so we're going to say if these guys were the same size, who is the better fighter? Not if they fight, if he move up and fight this weight class. No, if they were the same size. It doesn't matter what weight class it is. If they're the same size, it could be at 118. If both those guys was at 118, who's a better fighter? If both those guys at super middleweight, who's a better fighter? If both those guys is at heavyweight, who's the better fighter? It's pound for pound. If they was the same size, which style is better than that style? That's what it meant.
And you know what? Just to piggyback on what he said, the whole fact was everybody in the 40s thought Joe Louis was the best. And there was this young kid named Sugar Ray Robinson, and they had another guy, elder statesman named Henry Armstrong. Henry Armstrong and Sugar Ray Robinson were being ignored. So pound for pound, the heavyweight champion is the real champion. So basically, I'll put it like this: if Frank Sanchez fought Terrence Crawford, he's gonna beat him up. It's just that simple, bro. Like, stop playing games, man. Like, you just saying anything. You just saying anything, boxing nerd.
If they were the same size, I could see where he probably think that Monster would beat Bud Crawford. I have no problem with that. I mean, that's his belief. I ain't got no problem with that. I think if Terrence Crawford and Tank fight, I think Tank would knock Terrence Crawford the fuck out. That's my belief.
I don't understand why everybody can beat Terrence Crawford all of a sudden. Y'all just hate.
This is the thing you missing, man. People like Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Robinson. They kind of messed the game up. Roy Jones, because really you don't have to go from weight class to weight class. If you can stay in your weight class and beat 2 or 3 Olympic classes, man, that makes you great. That's why we talk about Marvin Hagler so much, because for about 2 or 3 Olympic classes, he stayed the man in his division. So my man G5. What's up, G5? Yep, I gotta send a special shout out to my man G5. My man, one of the ones that helped me think about doing the D3 and BBO show, which is doing great. I love what we doing, man. We having a lot of fun. I'm schooling my man D3 every day in boxing, man. So it's always fun. But I'm gonna ask you this, boxing nerd. So what happens when Terrence gets beat up, man? What are you gonna say then?
What happened if Earl gets beat up? What are you guys gonna say?
If he get beat up, he get beat up.
I'm gonna say Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford was the better man that night.
And you're gonna stop with this old if Tank were to fight Terrence.
I'm not gonna stop with anything that I'm saying about.
Nah. Here's the thing: Tank has never fought a mover. He's fought strategic.
Flat-footed Mexicans. That I'll give you that. He fought them but flat-footed Mexicans.
What? Let me ask you this, BVO.
Niggas supposed to automatic. They act like, okay, he won, so we supposed to forget everything else that happened in the past. Fuck no. You won. Okay,
what did he do in the past that was so bad?
He was getting rocked, bro. He was getting rocked.
The nigga was lying and moving funny as hell. What you talking about?
What he was lying and moving funny as well. What are you talking about?
Earl's never moved funny, bro.
Let me take the easy route. Let me take the easy route. You could have fought him right there and then.
Hold on.
Hold up. Earl did take the easy route because it was easier to make the fights over in PBC than it was to make cross-promotion fights. But we also know that Bomac said the reason why that Bud went towards Jeff Horn was because that was the easier route. So if you want to say they took,
he wouldn't have got an instant title shot if he won the IBF route. That's not how it works.
He would have got a title shot because
no, he wouldn't. Not immediately. Not immediately.
Listen. Let me tell you why he would have got it. Because if you knew the history of why he should have went the IBF route, Carlos Campos did not want to fight Earl. He didn't want to fight Earl, so he wouldn't have had to fight Earl because Bud would have fought him. That was the reason why he fought Campos, because Bud didn't move up to fight him. Bud went and fought
Jeff
Jeff Horn.
To the WBO because the WBO, once you're the Super WBO champion, you can go up a weight class and instantly get a title shot.
You can do that in any weight class. I mean, any belt,
any belt,
you can.
Not with any belt.
Yes,
It's only
okay,
with the
WBC.
Okay, hold on. Tell me why Lomachenko moved up as a WBC champion and fought for the WBC belt again.
We're not talking about like the politics and
you said you can't do it. You
just
said you can't do it.
Nah, bro, nah. That's a different conversation.
Can't do it. What are you talking about?
No, that's a different conversation because Loma had the machine behind him. He had Top Rank. Top Rank was they had every sanctioned body in their hand. Oh,
what are you talking about?
I'm getting a call. Hold on. Sorry, my bad.
All I can say is this, man. Of course, my man Boxing Nerd is doing what he always do, man. He capping up. Salute to my man 503 Lion. You know the funny thing is, can I ask you this? Is it just me? It seems like all the Terrence Crawford fans make the same talking points. I've never seen that before. You?
No, they what did I tell you the other day when we were talking?
What was that?
I told you. Terrence Crawford fans, they hear what Bernie the boxer say, they hear what Terrence Crawford say, and they say the same exact thing. They don't do no research. They just take their word for it and run with it. They don't do no research.
Yeah. Shoot, my man G5 Gabe, man, you talking crazy, bro. Pause, man. And I'm talking about. Oh my God. G5 Gabe, man, please, man. Take that down or put a pause after that. My God.
No, but that's how they do. They hear and see another thing that I see a lot of them do. They hear another content creator say something and not know if it's true or not, and they run with it. And I'm like, okay, before you run with something, won't you do your own research? Because if you go against somebody and that shit is not true and you didn't do no research of it, and you go and bring that to somebody that does follow this boxing on an everyday basis and know all of the facts, they're gonna eat your ass alive, no homo.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure. I'll say, man, I wish I had my gavel because that sounds crazy how you said that. But that sounds crazy, D3.
But I'm just saying they don't do no research. They hear somebody like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. It's a guy that I know that's a Bud fan. I know without a doubt this man is a Bud fan. That's all that man talk about is Bud this. And he will say something, and that should be totally wrong. But I see a lot of people that be in his chat will go to another chat that I be in, and these niggas they like EJ. And they'll be saying the same shit that he said, but it was totally wrong. And then the dude that follows EJ, but he followed boxing, he tear their ass up every time. Every time. He be like, dog, where the fuck did you get this shit from? That shit wrong. And he'll prove it. He'll pull this shit right up. That shit wrong. That shit wrong.
Yeah. I think it's funny because, I mean, salute to my man Boxing Nerd. He got enough heart to come up here and get pummeled pause every time he come up here.
You ain't pummeling nothing.
He just said whatever, bro. He just said whatever, bro. Bro, you can say whatever.
Nah, you will always be subject. Yo, you will always be a club for saying the new way will be Terrence Crawford. You can't never let that down.
What I'd say is this, murder. It's us Ohio boys. You know how we get. You know how us Ohio niggas get down, nigga. Ohio nigga, double O. What's up, yo?
Yeah.
Columbus.
That's all I can say, man. That's all I can say.
What I'd say is this, murder. It's us Ohio boys. You know how we get. You know how us Ohio niggas get down, nigga. Ohio nigga, double O. What's up, yo? Columbus, Akron, Cleveland, Springfield, Dayton, Youngstown. What's up, y'all? Cincinnati too. I forget about you. You know I love y'all niggas.
This is how we do, man. We bringing the facts here, man. Like
that's not a fact.
You're not bringing no facts, bro.
If you ever come on any other panel and say that bull, you'll get cooked, bro. I understand. Inouye is an all-time great. Inouye is an all-time great already.
Now, see, how is he an all-time great? Now you capped out.
He's a 4-division champion, and he's about to be a two-division undisputed champion. What are you talking about?
He said Inouye is an all-time great.
He's getting ready. He's
not, bro. No, he's not.
He's smoking that same gas you was smoking by saying anyway might be the best in the world. No, the fuck, he's not an all-time great. He's a good fighter. Stop putting so much.
He's not a. He's a great. How are you saying he's a good fighter? He's a great fighter.
He's a good fighter. Name outside of Monster, outside of Cool Boy and Nonito Donaire. Name somebody else that was a great fighter or a good fighter on his resume.
You can't,
bro. That's all you really need.
So he can't be an all-time great if he ain't fight nobody great.
Bro, look at his accomplishments. If he
didn't fight nobody great, how can he be an all-time great?
Nah, he's really there, bro.
Can I ask you a question, Boxing Nerd? Yeah. So what you telling me is Adrian Bronner is an all-time great?
He didn't fight nobody to be a 40.
No, Adrian Bronner
more people than him.
Adrian Bronner is the youngest.
People. He took
hold on. Adrian Bronner is the youngest 40 division champion in boxing history.
Yeah, but who did he fight to get that?
What do you mean?
Nonito Donaire and Stephen Fulton are better than anybody else on Adrian Bronner's resume.
That's two divisions.
They're not better than they're not better.
That's two divisions, and he's about to be a 2-time undisputed champion. So what are you going to say then? What are you going to say then when he becomes 2-time undisputed champion?
Stephen Fulton is not better than the guys that AB beat for the belts. He's not better than those guys. Now, you can have some arguments.
Have you guys looked at Stephen Fulton's resume?
No, I don't give a fuck about his resume. He's not better than those guys. I don't give a fuck about his resume. He's not better than those guys.
He has 5 undefeated guys that he went through to get the belts.
I don't. So Brandon Figueroa ain't beat none of those guys that fucking AB beat neither.
Man, you guessing?
You just talking boxing there. You just talking
What are you talking about? You act like
What's
Brandon
up,
Figueroa is an all-time great. Brandon Figueroa is an all-time great.
He just said,
I think he's on his way.
I'm trying to figure out the debate. This shit good.
Hey,
Monster in a way is an all-time great.
He's on his way if he's not already an all-time great.
No, he's on his way.
No, he said he was all-time great, man.
I think he is. I think, in my opinion, he is, man. He's
and man, I'll push you off the stage, man. You talking crazy, bro.
I'll come right back and push you back. What do you mean? I said it on my square,
ain't no damn all-time great. Ain't no damn all-time great. You don't become
a 4 divisions and undisputed champion if you're not great, bro.
By fight. So here's the thing on Monster, bro. Number one, his reign at 115 is highly exaggerated and overrated because I never got to see him get in the ring with Chocolatito. I never got to see him fight Juan Francisco Estrada. I never got to see him get in there with Carlos Cuadras. I never got to see him get in there with Ron Vasai. Then you look at 118 pounds. His best win at 118 pounds was a 36-year-old Nonito Donaire and then a 40-year-old Nonito Donaire. And then now he's at 122 and his best win is Stephen Cool Boy Fulton. Is he on his way? Could he be one day? I think the dude's a goddamn savage. That's why I said Cool Boy. He was gonna knock Cool Boy ass out. But to put him all-time great right now, when the best win on your resume is Stephen Fulton and then an old Nonito Donaire, I need a lot more than that, bro. Before I start calling him an all-time great, you need a lot more on your resume, bro. If you want to talk about accolades and shit, it's about accolades are cool, bro. But you got to have stuff to go with them, right? So accolades are great, but who did you beat for those accolades? So case in point, we got a big ass fight this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford's been undisputed before. He's been undisputed before, but there's not a single person that's gonna argue that if he beat Earl Spence Jr., that his run at 140 for undisputed was better. They're gonna tell you that what he did at 147 was better because of who he beat to get it. Yeah, because he beat Earl to get it. They're not gonna say, well, no, it's about equal. I prefer the 140 run when he beat fucking Julius Ndongo for it, bro. They go
but who was Julius Ndongo when he fought him? He was undefeated unified champion.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. History
was okay, man.
History is gonna look back on guys like Julius Ndongo and say he lost 8 of his last 10 fights. History is gonna look back on Ricky Burns and say, hey, he was in the middle of only winning 1 fight in 5 fights when he fought Terrence Crawford. The man had a draw against Raymundo Beltran, then lost to Terrence Crawford, then got 1 win, then lost 2 more after that, bro. So who you fight matters. Monster anyway is halfway there, bro. He 50-50. He got the accolades. You want to talk about multiple division champion, undisputed, current unified champion? Yes, the accolades are great. Now, once he starts putting more names of note on his resume, he go beat the shit out of Brandon Figueroa at featherweight. He unified his 122-pound division as well. He get up to 130 and start doing shit there. Then you can say all-time great, bro.
I wouldn't say he beats the hell out of Brandon Figueroa.
Oh, he'll do Brandon Figueroa worse than he did Cool Boy, bro.
Nah, Brandon
Figueroa. He'll do Brandon Figueroa worse than he did Cool Boy. Brandon Figueroa way slower, way easier to hit than Cool Boy, bro.
Right, and Brandon Figueroa only fights on the inside. He can't fight at mid-range.
Monster gonna jab his ass, dart in and out with the jab. Then he gonna explode.
Yeah, but my question is, why is the boxing community so mad at him that they want to sick Tank on him, though? What did he do?
Sick Tank on him? Nobody talking about sick
what boxing community that you referring to, but I know
it's on Twitter.
I know me personally. Tank versus Inoue is a garbage ass fight for Tank, and it's a great fight for Monster Inoue because no matter what happens to Monster Inoue, he wins. No matter what happens to Tank Davis in that fight, he loses. Meaning that if Tank Davis loses to Monster Inoue, he's a fucking hype job. He was overrated. He was trash. If he knocked fucking Monster Inoue out, like I know he will, if he does him dirty, then he bought up a small ass guy. He was a cherry pick. Monster Inoue started his career at 108 pounds. Monster Inoue wins no matter what he does, because if he get his ass knocked out by Tank Davis, oh man, you know what? He dared to be great. It wasn't his natural weight class. He's still a pound for pound fighter. Now he can go back down to his natural weight class, and he can go reign because that's his natural weight class. And if he beats Tank Davis, oh, he's the greatest fighter ever. He moved up. He dared to be great. He beat Tank Davis' ass, knocked him out. Listen, bro, like it's a horrible fight. So whoever's pushing Monster Inoue and Tank Davis, bro, ain't nobody trying to see that shit. I want fights for Tank and Monster where both guys will get credit and both guys will be held responsible if they win or lose. I don't like fights where one guy's gonna get all the praise no matter what, and the other guy, no matter what he do, is gonna be an excuse. Tank Davis could go out there and knock fucking Monster Inoue out in the first fucking round. People ain't gonna be like, oh well, he beat a former unified, current undisputed, multiple division champion. No, they're going to do the same shit they did with Leo Santa Cruz. When you hear people talk about Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz, bro, they don't talk about Leo Santa Cruz being a Hall of Famer or a 4th-division champion or beating everybody he been in the ring with except leading up to that point. They talk about Leo being smaller than Tank, and they would do the same shit with Monster. So that's a trash-ass fight, bro.
Exactly. That's what I said when you asked me that earlier, BBO. I was like, y'all want Tank Davis to kill Monster Inoue because I think Tank Davis will kill him. I understand.
There might be capital.
And see, the thing is, I hear a lot of people talk, oh, well, he got this power. Whatever. Yeah, he got a lot of power at 115, 118, 122. But like I said before, what if his power is the same as a Shakur Stevenson at 135? Because he's fighting bigger guys now. So what if his power is the same as Shakur? Now he gotta rely on something else outside that power because you're fighting bigger guys. That power might not be the same at 135. So I understand y'all saw a great fight yesterday morning and y'all were like, oh, y'all hyped because he beat Cool Boy, but y'all gotta pump the brakes and stop jumping ahead because he ain't ready for Tank Davis yet. That man,
I don't think he'll ever be ready for Tank Davis.
Tank Davis has everything he has and then some, plus he's bigger than him.
Yeah.
That is not a good fight.
He's more explosive.
Plus, I watched Nonito Donaire break his fucking orbital bone at 118 pounds. The fuck you think Tank gonna do?
He'll punch that out.
like, bro, I'm not trying to see that shit, boy.
You cold-blooded. You said
like, real shit, baby. Like, bro, Nonito Donaire broke his orbital bone with a shot and was able to time him at 36 years old. 28, 29-year-old Tank Davis with his timing, his punching ability, time that motherfucker and catch him clean. What the hell you think he gonna do to his face, bro?
I see what you're saying. I just more or less, because if we go off what you're saying, I look at people like Roberto Duran, who was at 135, went up and dominated Sugar Ray Leonard. So I don't know how great Inoue can be. I'm just saying if he can make it up, I think he might just be too small for that. But if he can make it up there and fight Tank, that would be huge for boxing because, I mean, I don't know if Tank's fought anybody that skilled. I mean, I just don't.
But what Roberto did, bro, and why it was a good fight, he went and he got his champion at that weight class. He went, he built himself up. I don't want to see Monster go from 122 to 135. If I want to see Monster so that Tank can get credit, so that people actually think he got a chance, bro, get your undisputed at 122. Do your fucking thing at 126. Do your thing at 130. And now let's talk about Tank and Monster. Maybe Tank is at 140 at that time. Monster doing his thing at 130. All right, now y'all meet in the middle because now you done grew into a weight class a little bit. You showing the same power that you showed at the smaller weight classes. Now people can actually give Tank credit if he do what I know he gonna do to you. But right now, going from 122 to 135, bro, it's a written in excuse. He's just playing with house money, bro. I'm not trying to see that shit, man. I want to see him do shit and get up to that point to where when Tank put his dick in the dirt, motherfuckers will give him credit for it. Because if they do that shit right now, bro, I'm telling you, BBO, bro, I be calling these narratives right a lot, bro. I'm telling you right now, if Tank do what he's supposed to do to Monster, he gonna lose even if he win. You gonna think that he just beat Hector Garcia again, bro. I'm telling you gonna think that he just beat Hector Garcia again, bro. Watch.
But see, the funny thing is, I don't know why people don't give him credit for beating Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz was tough, man. Like and I thought he was really, giving Tank a boxing lesson until he got caught.
You know why they don't give him credit? Because it's Tank Davis. That's why they don't give him credit.
Yeah, bro. He attached to Floyd. No matter, even if he leave him or whatever, because of Floyd, bro, people that couldn't see Floyd lose, they now root for Tank to lose, bro.
Yeah. So what you think about the real boxing fans give Tank credit. They understand Leo Santa Cruz was a 4-division champion. He was undefeated. He was a great fighter up until he fought Tank.
He wasn't undefeated. He just beat the dude that he lost to. He beat Frank.
He wasn't undefeated, but he beat the dude that he lost to. He beat everybody he been in the ring with. But the real boxing fans give him credit for that. It's the ones that just jump on the channel that don't like Tank Davis because Tank Davis beating all their favorite fighters. Those are the ones that don't give Tank credit. And they pass this narrative that Tank Davis don't want to fight no black fighters. Well, we just seen that Tank Davis and Steven Espinoza try to make the fight with Devin Haney, and Bill Haney said they're going to 140.
Man, I told you, Bill Haney's a pimp.
I just saw the link for that shit, man. I just saw the link
I got it pulled up. You know, I'm talking about that shit tonight, D3. I got that shit pulled up and ready. I'm talking about that shit tonight.
Oh, that was
I was like,
that's a sucker move.
About this one. I didn't know about this one.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I seen that today.
I was like, okay.
Hold on. So who you think will win, Naka? You missed this part. Who you think will win out of Robeisy versus Inoue?
I got to favor Nui in that fight right now, bro. I like Robeisy though. I think Robeisy, his counterpunching could come in like that's a good fight. I want to see that fight. I hope Robeisy sticks around at featherweight long enough because Inoue be done with 122 by the end of this year, dog. He have to get undisputed by the end of this year. He'll be at 126 next year. So hopefully Robeisy will stay right there so we can see that shit because they both top ranked fighters. That's a good one.
I said the same thing. I was like I got Monster winning, but Robeisy he gonna come to fight, and he was a gold medalist. He can fight, and that man got power. So it's a chance that he can catch.
Man, he's cold.
I don't know if Robeisy's disciplined enough to beat him. That's the only thing. I don't know if he's disciplined.
My issue is Robeisy's lead hand. He looked for that counter left too much, and if Monster Inoue get that jab going on him and shit, fucking up his timing and shit, and start exploding behind it because he got faster feet. He's more explosive. He's quicker than Robeisy. And he get that jab going, and Robeisy can't counter that jab because Robeisy don't use his lead hand enough, I guess is what I'm getting to, bro. He don't use his lead hand enough. And so that would be a huge problem for him in that fight against Monster because you ain't just finna be looking for no one counter left hand and think you're gonna do something with it. He got to show that he got a jab. He got to show some shit that I ain't really seen him show yet. If I'm a favor him over Monster, so right now I'd have Monster, bro. Real shit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm gonna read this comment real quick. My man Juan, what's going on, Juan? He said, "Doesn't matter. They the same height. Anything has hold on. What do he say? Doesn't matter. They're the same height or anything. He's nice. He's just small. That's really let him be at 126, 120, 122, 126, maybe 130." Salute to my brother Q Money. My man Q Money said, respectfully, Tank ain't no number one, ain't beat no number one favorite fighter. I don't know. I'll say this, man, and I've been saying this. I want your opinion on this. If Tank fought the same kind of competition as Teofimo Lopez, what would they say about Tank if he fought that type of competition? Because
They were saying the same thing about Tank Davis right now. The only good thing they would say about it is he beat Loma. But outside of Loma, they be shitting on his daggone resume. Tank has a better resume than Teofimo Lopez outside of Loma and Josh Taylor. Outside of those two, Tank's resume is better than Teo's.
What about that dude Martin that beat Mikey Garcia?
Outside of Loma and Josh Taylor, Tank has a better resume.
Oh,
I'm not giving it.
You're not giving him credit for beating that dude?
You talking about the dude that beat Mikey Garcia?
Who has a better resume than what? Say again?
He talking about the dude that beat Mikey Garcia Mikey Garcia that didn't fight in like 2 years since he fought Earl.
Here we go.
That dude, Martinez, Martini, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Martin, his name is, Martin.
Sando Martin.
Yeah, Sando Martin, that's his name. Sando Martin. That nigga ain't good.
He said Tank.
Good.
He said
all
Tank.
He got on his resume is Mikey Garcia.
That's a big name.
No, that's a Mikey Garcia that been out of the ring for 2 years and it was on his way out the door. Right after that fight, he quit.
He retired
after that fight.
Man, I don't know how you think about Easter Bunny or Adrian Broner, but he beat both my Ohio players to death. So that was a big deal. Easter Bunny, Robert Easter.
I was never big on Robert Easton.
You didn't like Robert Easton?
Robert Easter's
I was never big on Robert Easton. I thought
Robert
Easton might have been overhyped. I'm gonna tell you what Robert Easton remind me of. I'm gonna tell you exactly what Robert Easton remind me of. Robert Easton remind me of Jamel Herring at 140. That's who Robert Easton remind me of. He's a Jamel Herring at 140.
Just tall with no power, huh?
Just enough to win a championship.
I ain't gonna say no power. I'm just gonna talk about name recognition. If you look at his name and you look at his career, and then you look at Robert Easton's career, Jamel Herring and Robert Easton remind me of each other. Jamel Herring was not no big name at 130, and Robert Easton wasn't no real big name at 140. He was a name. He wasn't no real big name, just like Jamel Herring. He's a name. He ain't no real big name.
Well, Boots is about to take over this boxing world, and we're all gonna see it.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not, man. Yeah, he got.
Who about to take over the box?
He said Boots Ennis.
Boots Ennis gonna take over for 147.
He's gonna take over the boxing world.
He get the 154. He get the 154. We gonna know what he really can do at 154.
He has an opportunity to fight those guys at 154, but I mean,
who at 154 can beat him right now?
Oh, a bunch of people.
A bunch of people. Are you crazy, bro? Have you seen him fight?
I'm not gonna say who can beat him. I would say there's guys that can possibly beat him at 154. There's guys that he can possibly beat at 154. I think Jamel can. Give me two guys that can
beat him at 154.
I think Jamel can beat him at 154.
And Brian Castano will beat him.
Brian Castano. Yo, are you?
I think Brian
Castano's a monster.
The only thing I would say, the only thing I would say about Brian Castano is, if Brian Castano can get on the inside of Bruce Ennis, he'll give Bruce Ennis problems. He'll give him problems.
Maybe, but he's gonna get stopped.
He might get stopped. He might get stopped. But I'm not gonna say
Brian Castano.
I'm not gonna say
Brian Castano ain't no bum, dude. I don't know what you talking about.
He's a little bit better than Rob Villa.
He's not a bum.
It's gonna be the same thing.
He don't have that. He don't have no footwork. He don't
it's
have
gonna
no
be the same thing. We just
that.
seen what
he's like
with Romain Villa.
Brian Castano is like Oscar Valdez. That's what Brian Castano is. He's Oscar Valdez. He don't have no footwork.
BVO, you actually believe he could beat Castano could beat Boots, bro?
I think he could, because if he go on the inside, I don't know how you. No, Julian J. Rock Williams is done. He's finished. He need to go ahead and hang it up.
No,
I mean, last time
I'm not thinking about no damn Julian J. Rock. He just lost. He just got knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, he got the Philly cheesesteak beat out of him, man. Like, all I seen was Pepsi and Philly cheesesteak.
I mean, there's guys that can possibly beat Jaron Ennis, and but I'm not gonna say he just gonna run through 54. He probably can take the division, but we got Earl Spence that's moving up there. I still don't think he can beat Earl yet.
He's gonna. I think he could be. I think he has the tools to beat Earl. I don't know if he could.
He has a chance to beat Earl. I just don't think he can beat Earl. He has a chance to beat Earl.
I really think.
I
think Earl and his lunging and all that extraness.
Earl don't do no lunging. Y'all say he lunge all the time. I hear Bud Crawford fans say that all the time. Earl.
That's what he does. That's exactly what he does. It was very evident in his last fight against Ugas. He was lunging. He was getting caught with counters, like 3-4 counters from Ugas.
What you saw was ring rust, and he was missing big shots. He wasn't lunging. And then once he got his timing down, we saw what happened.
Why did it take him so long? Is it 7-8 rounds?
It was 7 or 8 rounds. He was beating Ugas up 7 or 8 rounds. What are you talking about? He was winning on the scorecards.
He was still getting counted up until the 9th round, bro.
He was winning on the scorecards.
That's fine, but
you know
we're
what?
Talking about if he gets in there with a bigger puncher and a better counter puncher and Boots and Terrence, he's gonna get in trouble.
I'll say this: if Boots get in there with 154, Virgil Ortiz will beat the sleeves off of him, man. Super, my man.
You just be talking, bro. Oh my God, you just
bro. Victor Ortiz.
What I noticed,
Victor Ortiz will kill him.
Ortiz is gonna be.
What I noticed with Bud
Virgil Ortiz will kill him, man.
Kill who?
I said Virgil Ortiz at 154. He'll hurt Boots, man. He'll hurt Boots.
I don't know.
Virgil Ortiz is serious, bro. He's serious, bro. He's serious, bro.
Now, Virgil Ortiz does present a problem for Boots. I don't know if he'll kill Boots because
he wouldn't.
Virgil Ortiz,
the pressure.
That's what I'm saying. He presents a problem. I don't know if he'll kill Boots. I don't know.
You just be talking.
I don't know. It's a possibility. I'm not gonna say he's not.
Yeah, of course it's a possibility. He has a puncher's chance, a small puncher's chance.
I ain't gonna say small because that man knocked out everybody he fought. So I'm not.
Yeah, but we
small.
don't even know if he's gonna fight again. That's the thing.
No, we don't know if he's gonna fight. We don't know if he's gonna fight at 147 again.
No,
he's not fighting at 147 at all. He's not fighting.
No, I don't know if he's gonna fight in his career.
That rap though is pretty serious. Though, what you think about that, D3? You think that took some years off his life? That rap though.
His boxing career, maybe.
I don't know if it took no years off his life. It might have took years off.
I mean boxing career. Career. That's what I'm talking about. Boxing
it took years off his career because it's been 2 years since it's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a year since he fought. Hold up. When the last time did he fight? Did he fight in last year or did he fight the year prior? I'm trying to think. Did he fight last year? I can't remember if he fought
that one dude. The one dude who was moving a lot. I cannot think of his name, man. And Virgil outboxed him. It was last year though. He hasn't fought since last year though.
Yeah, so I mean, it took some time off his boxing career because he had to postpone this fight twice. Now, I mean,
it was 3 times.
No, it was twice.
He said, "No, Boots get on Virgil's head on the line, and no." Gabe, man, you talking crazy, man. You talking.
He does have good defense. He has good defense. That uppercut's gonna. Go ahead.
Let me say this: what Virgil will do, if you remember Bernard Executioner Hopkins, he's going to slow the pace down, and he's going to come forward to Boots and just slowly work him and get him out of there.
What I will say is, I seen Boots have problems with that style of fight when he fought Antoine in the amateurs. When you smother Boots' ability to be able to box, when you smother that, he has problems. So I will say that if Virgil can smother his ability to box, then he has an opportunity of beating him. Because, like I said, I've seen him have problems with that, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think he can beat Earl, because Earl is not going to let him have the ability to box. Earl is going to cut the ring off. He's not going to let him be able to box, and Earl's going to go to his body on his foot movement. So I just don't think he'll beat Earl. Now I ain't saying he can't beat Earl. There's a possibility because everybody has a chance to beat anybody in the sport of boxing. I just don't think that he's ready for Earl right now. I don't think he's been tested to fight somebody like an Earl Spence.
I think it's hold on, what's that? Michael Mickelson.
Yeah.
I think you're right about that. McKenzie, sorry. McKenzie, wasn't it McKenzie or something? McKenzie. Yeah, when he fought McKenzie, I mean, I thought he did better. He did better than boosted against Karen because I think if you ever watch any of them Gary Russell, I think it's Gary Antoine Russell, the one that won 40. I can't think of his name. I'm saying it right. Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine Russell, if you watch those fights, he really took it to Boots and didn't let Boots move. And if you keep Boots on his back foot, that's the same thing I'm thinking Virgil will do. And Virgil is stronger and bigger paws than him. So he's going to get in there.
Stronger and bigger than who?
He's bigger than Boots.
No, he's not.
He's about 6 feet tall, man.
Bro, they're the same height, bro.
No, he's bigger than Boots. He's bigger than Boots.
He's bigger than Boots, man. He's about 6 foot tall. And he's going to get in there with that pressure.
He's 5'10".
He's bigger. He's bigger than Boots. Boots is like 5'9". They got him.
Boots is not
like
5'9". He's 5'11".
No, they got him listed.
They're the same size,
Boots.
bro.
No, they got him listed at 5'10". I'm telling you, he's like 5'9".
Bro, they're both listed at 5'10".
I'm 5'10". I stood next to Boots. He's smaller than me. I'm 5'10". I stood next to him. He's smaller than me.
Yeah, Boots is not
He's
very
like
tall.
5'9". They exaggerate on a lot of shit when they do these measurements. They exaggerate on arm length. Some people they do it with the closed fist. Some people do it with your fingers stretched out. So it's an exaggeration a lot. So sometimes when they do the height, they do it with your shoes on. They do it with your shoes off on certain people. So it's exaggerated. Like I said, I stood next to Boots. That man is 5'9". I'm 5'10". He's 5'9".
I'll say this. Salute to my man G5 Gabe. He said Virgil can punch and has pressure, but he's not the most educated. Ortiz could win though. I'm telling you, man, not only would he win, it would probably be, I can't say an easy fight, but it would look a lot more simpler than people think. Because if you smother Boots like D3 was saying, Boots can become human again. But when you got a guy tailor made for him, like the last guy he just fought, it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be easy, but honestly, he really ain't fought nobody. So I mean, we don't know what he can do. Everybody look good when they beating up the gatekeepers. I mean,
right. That's what I said, that's why I said I don't know if he could beat. I don't know if he could. I wouldn't pick Boots over Spence. I know some people will because they see the athleticism of Boots. They see the power that Boots have. But I look at the people of who you fought and how you look in your toughest fights. And I compare if that was Earl Spence or if that was Bud Crawford or if that was somebody else that we know that is a veteran in the game and they say, okay, yeah, he could beat him. I look at, okay, if that person was in that fight and he did that with them, what would happen? So I seen what he did with Karen, not saying that that's how he's going to fight, but if he has that type of style, if he has that type of performance against Earl, the way he had against Karen, he could possibly end up like Ugas. He could possibly get beat up and possibly lose an eye socket.
Get brutalized, man. Just get brutalized. So really, I now understand what you do, boxing nerd. You really just pick, like you like to argue, which is perfectly cool. You just make stuff up, bro. You're not even thinking about it. Like
you're not thinking about it,
bro. You know for a fact that Boots will get hurt by a guy like Virgil. I mean, you know that, bro. Like I'm telling you, man. There's a reason why. There's a reason why he won't say Virgil's name.
No, I will say Virgil has an opportunity. He has some characteristics that can give Boots problems. If the fight was to happen tomorrow and they was fighting at a weight that they both can make, and it was no issue. Virgil didn't have no issue. They both 100% healthy. I would pick Boots before I pick Virgil because I don't know if Virgil is going to be able to do what he needs to do to get in on the inside because I don't see Virgil really come behind a jab. You're not going to be able to just walk straight in on Boots.
No, I see Virgil come behind a good jab actually.
He has a jab, but not a consistent jab. He's not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to just walk in on Boots because Boots is going to hit you and move, and he'll look to see what you're doing. And like the one thing I know about Boots is, especially with a person with a high guard, Boots will leave his guard down to make you throw, and he'll counter you, and then he'll step around. So he'll set you up. But the thing is, you got to be a veteran to know what he's doing because somebody like a Virgil Ortiz that's not a veteran that hasn't been in with a lot of top quality fighters, I don't know if he'll be ready for the style of fighting that Boots had because he never fought that type of style. Boots fought the style of a Virgil. It's just the guy couldn't get in on that side. And then, like I said, he fought with Antoine in the amateur, so he might know how to be able to deal with it a little better now because he fought Antoine 4 times. He won 1. Antoine beat him 3 times, but he fought it 4 times, so he might know how to be able to work with it a little better now. So I don't know.
I think the funny thing is, man, I see what you're doing, man. I never realized you did this, boxing nerd. You just trying to put the black hat on and be the bad guy, man. That's what you're trying to do.
You are the bad guy because you just be trolling, bro. You
the bad guy, bro. You the bad guy. Oh. If you was here right now, man, I have to step right on your shoes, man. I'm just letting you know, man. I would have to step right on your shoes, man, because you're talking crazy, man. At the end of the day, you know for a fact, it seemed like Boots talk real tough for fights he can't get. He know he's not gonna fight no Errol Spence at 147. You heard Bud totally undress him, pause, and say, "Oh, why didn't you ask for the fight? Why you leave the IBF?" He left the IBF.
Yeah, so that's because the fight with David Avanesian.
I mean the WBO. No, it wasn't the WBO. He left the WBO.
That's why he wanted to fight the IBF.
No, he got the pick because Virgil relinquished his claim as number 1 WBO.
Why don't you guys get on Virgil? He dogged the smoke twice.
Dude, he wasn't ready.
Bro,
he said he wasn't ready.
He fought for the IBF. The reason why he fought for the IBF because he said he went that route because him and his father believed that Errol Spence would fight him before Bud fought him. That's why he went the IBF route. That was his reason.
And my question is, would you guys?
I don't know.
Would you guys fight for? Would you rather fight for 3 belts or 1 belt?
I would fight for a belt.
I would fight a belt, period. Because either way, because if I get a chance to fight, if I get a chance to fight Bud, I know Earl wants my belt, so I'm gonna have that opportunity to fight for the 3 belts. Either way, if the opportunity for me to fight Bud is right there first, I'm gonna take the fight with Bud first because I know Earl wants that belt.
Majority of people would fight for the 3 belts first. But
yeah, I know Earl wants those belts. We all know that Earl wants that last belt. So if it was an opportunity for me to fight Bud right then and there, I'm gonna take that opportunity to fight Bud. Especially if I said I know I'm better than him, I could beat him. I'm gonna take that opportunity right then and there. But I don't know if that opportunity was there for him. I don't know.
Yeah, but back to the Virgil Boots fight. I think Boots just has too many tools to break Virgil down. I think Virgil gets caught with the uppercut, and he got hurt against.
This is the thing, man. It's a fight. You're not making no sense. It's a fight.
How am I not making sense? I'm breaking down.
It's gonna get hit.
I'm breaking down.
Get hit in the fight.
Virgil Ortiz's game.
Man, Virgil would dog walk Boots, man. At 154, bro.
And we're gonna come back to this. If they do fight, we're gonna come back to this, and I'm gonna be laughing at you.
He'll never fight him. So let me ask you this: so when your boy Bud is unconscious in the middle of the ring, what you gonna say then?
No, when your boy Spence is unconscious in the ring.
All you've been talking about is this. Now, this is funny. All you and every other Bud fan been talking about is a knockout.
I don't think neither one of them gonna be laying unconscious in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, because it's top of the heap. It usually never happens when the best fight the best.
I think if anybody gets stopped, it's probably going to be a doctor stoppage or somebody throwing in the towel. I don't think that anybody's going to get knocked out cold. Now it could happen. I don't know, but I don't think that anybody's going to get knocked out cold. So, I mean. If it goes to the scorecards, I'm gonna lean towards Earl because Bud starts off a little too slow for me. You can get behind.
Do you know who the judges are?
I don't give a fuck who the judges are.
No, what that matters. What are you talking about?
You could say it matters, but they said the same thing.
Okay, one of the no.
I don't give a fuck about the judges.
What's wrong with that?
It would mean something. It would mean something about the judges if Bud Crawford was with Top Rank or Bud Crawford was with DeJohn. Bud Crawford is with PBC. Don't matter about the judges.
Listen.
They're both PBC fighters right now. It doesn't matter.
Listen. Okay.
Yeah, boxing nerd go against all black fighters. That's what he do. He go against black fighters all the time. That's what he do.
Terrence Crawford and Boots. They're black fighters. What are you talking about?
No. I'm talking about Errol, man. Like Terrence is like a West Indian, bro. I'm talking about regular American black fighters, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about no West Indians, man. This dude D3 don't want to show no love to the black fighters, man. That's what you do, man. You get up here and just say whatever, bro.
Earl's father is Jamaican. I'm Jamaican, and I'm picking Bud just because I.
So that's what y'all West Indians do, man. Y'all stick together, man. I think Bud might be West Indian or something, man. He looked like one of them Jamaicans,
bro.
Man.
Earl's
that's what y'all do. Y'all stick together, man.
Earl's more West Indian than Bud. Like his father, it was from Jamaica. Like it was born and raised in Jamaica. But hey, I'm picking a better fighter, and I think it's Terrence Crawford. That's all.
I'll just say this, man. We know for a fact. Salute to my man Southwest. He said D free. He said check your MLB desk.
I already did.
Hey, I'll just tell you this, man. No matter how you put it, man, your boy Bud is going to sleep, and you can't tell me other than Earl getting knocked out. That's been your big talking point. Is Earl gonna get knocked out? Earl gonna get knocked out. What else is he gonna do? You ain't gonna knock nobody out at no top level, bro. Not unless your name is Jamel Charlo. I mean, it's just not
unless your name is Jamel or Deontay's mother.
All I'm saying is, if the knockout don't come, then what? Because, like I said, I don't.
He has the tools to
because the way I look at it is, Bud Crawford starts off too late. So let's say we just look at his history. He usually gets started roughly around the 4th round. So if you're down 3 rounds or down 4 rounds, you're not winning. You're not taking 4 straight rounds from EJ. You're not taking 4 straight rounds. Not with the work rate that EJ puts on. They're not going to give you 4 straight rounds. They might give you a round here, might give you a round there, might give you a round there. Y'all might alternate rounds, whatever. But you're not winning 4 straight rounds or 3 straight rounds. So that means you already down. So if it goes, the next 8 rounds go and y'all split those rounds, EJ already got 4 in the bag. So that means he wins 4 rounds to your 4.
Hey, Boxing Nerd, how much money you put up on Bud, man? I want to know where your heart is with this, man. Because I see you a bad faith actor, man. How much money you got on this, man? Who you get? How much? Where's your money at? How much money you putting up on this fight?
Who, me?
I think you. No, you. You. How much money you got on this fight?
I'm not putting any money up on the fight.
Okay, I got 100. I got 100 right now. That Bud beats Terrence. I mean Errol beats Terrence. Errol beats Terrence. I got $100.
I couldn't bet you. I couldn't bet you if I wanted to. I don't got Cash App. I don't got none of that. I'm in Canada.
Oh. hey, that's because you just talking, bro. And it makes sense why you doing that because I've been in Canada a lot. There's nothing but West Indians up there. That's why you going for Bud Crawford, bro. That's why you going for Bud Crawford. It's nothing but Jamaicans, Guyanese, the mutants. All that's pretty much tropical, man. I don't know why y'all went to cold Canada, bro. But I tell you this, man. You already know, man. You already know it's about to be midnight, man. Even Bud looks scared today at his grand arrival. That's something that I didn't even notice until I looked at Bud's face and said, man. He looks terrified, man. What's going on?
You're making up stuff in your head, bro.
What I will say, I looked at the media. I mean, not the media day workout. The grand arrival yesterday. It looked like Bud still trying to cut weight.
Yeah, he had a sweatsuit on for what?
It looked like he's still trying to cut weight. And they said it was hot out there. They said it was like 105 degrees. That man had a full sweatsuit on. EJ came in that bitch with a t-shirt on. It look like he's still trying to cut weight. I ain't saying he is. I just said that's what it looked like. I ain't saying he is. He could be right on weight. I don't know. But it just to me, it just looked like he's still trying to cut weight.
So basically, I just killed your whole argument. You only go on with him because you think y'all brethren, man. That's it. Because you in the West Indian. That's what they ought to call Toronto, Ontario. They might as well call that the islands, bro. That's why you did that. That makes sense.
The only reason why I bring up Bud look like he's still trying to cut weight because all these people kept saying EJ is overweight. EJ overweight. EJ look like he's straight. He on weight. That's why I keep bringing it up and keep rubbing shit in because everybody kept saying, "Oh, you see pictures a couple of weeks ago. EJ fat." No, EJ is on weight. That man is. He told y'all when he was at the Frank Martin fight. He said, "If I wasn't on weight, I wouldn't be here. I would be in the gym right now cutting my weight."
My man G5 Gabe said weight drain probably.
Possibly, he said possibly.
Possibly. I'll say this: when I looked at Bud, I could say I've never seen Bud in this kind of shape. I'll say that. It was noticeable how great a shape he's in. I'm serious.
He said he's too cool for the Heat.
He's too cool for the Heat. Hey, basically, man, what it is, man, they're gonna have crawfish and corn and all that, man. I know in Canada, y'all probably don't have crawfish up there, man. Y'all probably be eating like what's that stuff
I've
called?
never had crawfish before.
What is that stuff? Y'all eat poutine? What is that stuff y'all eat?
No, I eat steamed fish.
See, that's some more West Indian food, bro.
So, all I know is eating them gonna be smoking on some bud after this fight.
I don't know if they be smoking bud, bro.
He said Bud's face look a little sunk in. You know what? That's
funny. Both their faces look sunk in. What are you talking about?
No, it don't.
No.
Yeah, both their faces look sunk in, bro.
EJ look the same.
EJ don't look the same. What the hell? They both having tough weight cuts.
He look the same.
No,
bro.
it does not. EJ
he look the same.
EJ look full. EJ look like a regular person, like he's walking around on a regular day. He don't look sunk in at all. Stop that damn line. Y'all just want EJ to be so fucked up going into this fight. Y'all want him to be overweight. Y'all want him to drain. Y'all want him to have. He got a torn eye. Reckon he might can't see when he get hit. Y'all want so many things that go wrong in this fight for Bud to win. Y'all want so many things to go wrong for Bud to win. I just want it to be a great fight. Both of these guys at 100%. So whoever wins, there's no excuses. That's what I want.
And I'll say this, man.
The same thing I said about Loma. I wanted to be everybody 100%. I don't want no excuses because I know Loma is a good fighter, regardless of how people feel about him. I know Loma is a good fighter, but I didn't want no excuses after this fight. And it wasn't no excuses for me. It was a great fight. Devin pulled it off. And that's the same thing I want with this EJ and Bud fight. I want it to be a great fight, no excuses. Whoever wins is whoever wins.
He said, I don't, my man Juan said, I don't know. They both look like they done this weight after they done at this weight after this fight. I don't think so because Bud is, the smaller man, Paul. So I don't really see him going really because he said it before. Like I said, would you go up on stage? He said, no, I ain't going way up there. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, I think Bud is kind of at his limit, 147, because I mean he came up quite a bit from 135. I think no matter what, Bud's a really good fighter. He's going to walk right into the Hall of Fame. But I'm going to tell you this, man. No matter what, I don't want you to disappear from the internet, man, when your boy get beat up, man. He's going to look just like Ugas.
Hey, don't be crying tears. I'll bring you tissue if you be crying after Terrence Crawford knocks out Spence.
I don't know if Bud going to walk right into the Hall of Fame. I don't know about that.
What do you mean? He already got his hand casted, bro.
No, it's a strong possibility he can get into the Hall of Fame.
Bro, he got his hand casted already.
Just because he got a undisputed title does not mean he's going to walk right into the Hall of Fame.
Are you not listening to what I said? He got his hand casted already.
That means
he got a what?
He got his hand casted.
When they casted his hand, he's at the Hall of Fame.
He got a cut for his hand because that's what's about to break him trying to hit EJ to the body. That's why he got a cut.
You're not listening to what I'm saying at the Hall of Fame conference.
I heard what you said, and you didn't hear what I said.
Yeah,
I was being sarcastic. Obviously, it went over your head, but okay.
Yeah, he's from Canada, man. That's what they do, man. Hey, you know what I want you to do, man? Stick to chasing them mooses around, man. Lead the boxing to the brothers, man.
I'm not even that north in Canada, bro. I've never seen a moose in my life.
Lead the boxing to us, man.
What the fuck you say? I was on a map before I ever met you. What the fuck?
Bro, I've never seen a moose in my life. I'm not.
He said he could end up at 154. I believe he's bigger than Floyd. They're about the exact same size, man.
Who is?
They're about the exact.
They're exact same size. Like I'm gonna tell you the truth. 154 was never Floyd's division.
No,
Floyd was a featherweight.
I think Floyd fought up there maybe once or twice. That's it.
Yeah, that was it. And he came right back down.
Either of those fights.
He won them though. He said he's not a Hall of Famer. I don't know if they could make. See,
the thing is, I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame. I mean, I hear what y'all saying. He got a cast for the Hall of Fame. I didn't know that they do that shit before you retire from.
No, he's the only one that's happened. He's the only one that's happened. That's been.
They did it because Floyd asked him to.
I've never heard nobody else do that.
Leave you alone, captain, bro.
I've never heard nobody else get that shit done before.
He's the first one that they've ever done it.
Because Floyd was
He's the first one to done
it. Floyd didn't ask him to do nothing, bro.
I still, where did you hear this at? Where did you hear this at?
Hear what?
That he got the cash for his hand for
it's on video.
Huh?
It's on video. Go look it up.
So let me ask you this. So one day it was snowing. So one day it was snowing in Canada, and you seen them. I seen the cast thing too, and you said, you know what? I like boxing. I don't understand, man, because you just going, you just trying to go against. You just no, you trying to go against the grain, bro. You know for a fact this is really gonna be a showcase for Errol, man. Because I mean, Errol gonna get in there, man, and really, get in his bag and really get in there and hurt that dude, man. He said, I think he deserves the honesty. I keep it a buck. Bud don't duck no smoke.
Nope.
He don't duck no smoke. I mean, I say he hasn't ducked any smoke, but he ain't fought nobody. He said, Bud.
He said, Bud hasn't ducked what smoke?
He said, Bud hasn't ducked any smoke.
Bud ducked a lot of smoke. What the fuck are you talking about? Y'all need to stop smoking. That's what y'all need. Y'all need to stop smoking that Bud because he ducked a lot of smoke. If y'all wasn't smoking that Bud, y'all would have saw the smoke that he ducked. He ducked the smoke that y'all blew out. He ducked all that smoke.
What smoke did he duck?
He ducked Ugas. Ugas called him out. Ugas was the WBA champion, which got elevated to the super, which made he would have been super. And Bob Arum said he could fight Ugas. He don't want to fight Ugas. He ducked Danny Garcia. Bob said he could fight Danny Garcia. He don't want to fight Danny Garcia.
He
ducked Keith Thurman. Bob said he could fight Keith Thurman. He didn't want to fight Keith Thurman.
Yeah, I'm done. Good night, guys. Good night, guys. Good night, guys. Because you wilding, bro. It's the complete opposite. This man got a
it's not the complete opposite because, like I said, he ducked all of them. He ducked all of them.
He ducked all of them, bro?
Yes, he didn't. He asked Danny Garcia. He offered Danny Garcia, I think it was like, what, 3? And Danny Garcia said, no, I got 3 my last fight fighting a nobody. He got 2.5 fighting a nobody. And he said we could negotiate for more. They didn't negotiate. Keith Thurman said he shot for the stars, hoping to land on the moons, and they just said no. All Keith Thurman said, I want $10 million. And they said no, they didn't even try to negotiate.
So that's Terrence Crawford ducking for not giving Keith Thurman $10 million?
For not negotiating. That's what I call it.
So question. I have a question.
Not to mention Keith Thurman was a guy that he said he wanted to fight.
Okay, cool. I have a question because you just be capping. You're just doing a lot of capping. All right. So who do you think would win in the fight? Ugas or Terrence Crawford? Who do I think?
Ugas said he wanted to fight.
Ugas wanted to fight him.
I'm asking you who would win in the fight.
I don't know because Bud didn't get in there. I don't know.
You a lie. You a lie.
I'm not gonna say Ugas.
You a lie.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
I'm not gonna say Ugas will win the fight. I'm not gonna say Ugas will lose the fight.
You're undecided. You're undecided. Cool. Terrence Crawford and Danny Garcia.
Yeah, he was scared of Danny Garcia, man.
He was gonna. Oh my god!
At 140, Danny Garcia was a monster, man. At 140,
I agree.
At 140, he was a monster.
What about
147? He was a complete bum. He lost all his big fights. He lost.
You can't be a bum and be a champion, bro.
No, he lost every single big fight he had at 147. He lost every single one.
He lost all the big fights at 147, but those guys outside of Sean Porter was all the guys that Bud had ducked as well.
This is the first time I've ever heard anybody say Bud was ducked.
And not to mention, Bud actually ducked Sean Porter the first time. When they asked him,
he didn't want to fight.
If Sean Porter wins this fight against Earl Spence, do you want to fight Sean Porter? He said, I have no desire to fight Sean Porter. But you said you want to be undisputed. So if Sean Porter got those 2 belts, how the fuck
you know why he said that
though?
You understand why he said that?
Why he said that?
No, I don't.
Because they were friends. He didn't want to fight him because they were friends.
I don't give a fuck what y'all say about him being friends. Nobody knew that they was friends until Sean Porter said it. Nobody knew that they was fucking friends. Stop that bullshit. This man is your friend, but he don't invite you to the wedding. Or no. You invited him to your wedding. This man said no, he's going on vacation. But this is your friend. Come on, man. Stop that bullshit. y'all, I told you, y'all believe everything these motherfuckers say. Y'all believe everything these motherfuckers say.
D-Free.
Them motherfuckers.
Boxing there, you getting cooked, bro. You getting cooked.
I'm not getting cooked.
You getting cooked, man.
Whatever he wants to say.
Everything he said is true, bro.
No,
everything he said is true, bro.
No, it's not.
You getting cooked, man.
Bro,
but you know what?
DVO.
It's only right. It's only right. It's only right. A man who drinks nothing but butter beer and eats poutine all day. Of course you wouldn't know no boxing, bro. Of course you wouldn't know no boxing. I get it. But this my final question, D-Free. So going forward, man, what does this fight say about Errol's career? What do you think?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. What does this fight say about Errol's career?
If he wins this fight or if he loses this fight?
Either way, both scenarios.
If he wins this fight, I mean this just this solidify him as the best fighter at pound for pound, where I have him at. I mean, not pound for pound at 147. This will put him at number 1 pound for pound, but I already have him number 1 pound on my pound for pound. But in ESPN, it will put EJ at number 1 pound for pound. But this would solidify him as the best welterweight fighter in this era, which I already have him as that as well, because he's beaten the tougher competition at welterweight. He's got 3 of the titles, so I already have him as number 1 in the welterweight. Now, if he lose, I mean, it just go back to the drawing board. Bud Crawford was a better fight. He was a better fighter that night. They got another fight behind it. So regardless of what happened, they have a second fight. So I believe unless one of these guys get beat up so bad that they don't want the rematch, I believe that they're going to ask for the immediate rematch after this fight over, whoever loses.
I did hear that Bud said he wasn't looking for a second fight. So what do you think about that? But I took it 2 ways. One, he said he wasn't thinking about it because he was only focused on this fight. But then I had to retract that, because how you not thinking about the rematch? You was the one that asked for the rematch. You said if they don't give you a rematch, you're not making the fight. Because EJ said he didn't want a rematch. He wanted one and done. If you beat him, he move on. If he beat you, he move on. He just wanted one and done. He didn't care what the result was. But Bud asked for the rematch. So if you saying you're not thinking about it, my whole thing is I've heard somebody already said before. I don't know if it was EJ or if it was somebody from Bud's camp. They said that they believe that EJ is not going to want the rematch because that Bud is not going to want the rematch, and EJ pretty much said because I'm gonna beat him up and break him so bad that he's not going to want the rematch. So I mean, I'll say this, and I'm gonna let you get the last word, boxing there. I'm just wondering, man, what if you honestly go into a fight? And this is me, no joking, no playing around. If you go into a fight, all you want to do is playing around, you knocking somebody out who's never been knocked out, and really we haven't seen him hurt that much either. I mean, if he was fighting Amir Khan, maybe you can come in with that type of mindset, but I think you really are underestimating Errol Spence's boxing, and you're underestimating his defense. I don't see him getting knocked out. I don't see Bud getting knocked out. I see Bud losing by TKO. I think the pressure be too much for him, because that's what makes Mexican style one of my favorites, because the relentless pressure, it wears you out. Like if you think about Lomachenko, when he fought Devin Haney recently, the reason it looked like Devin Haney's about to get stopped almost in the 11th round is because that pressure was so constant that he just couldn't take it. And I think the pressure, the pace, and Errol Spence's workload will really be a hard thing for Bud to overcome. And I can say, because I haven't seen Bud, it's funny, the man's been in the fight game for a very long time and has never been an underdog once. Not once. So that says a lot about him and a lot about the matchmaking that was made around him. This is really nothing more than a guy who fought nothing but easy fights at 147 and got a belt from a guy who really didn't even deserve that belt. Manny Pacquiao won that fight, and they stole that belt from him in Australia. So I'm going to leave with that. I'm going to let you finish up. So what you thinking, man? What you think of boxing nerd?
You guys are wilding, and you're trolling, and I'm out of here.
Hey, let me ask you this. So you say the black man is trolling. Why is that?
Bro, what? I'm black too.
No, man, you from Canada. It's different. It's different. D-Free, am I wrong? It's different, bro. It's different.
How is it different?
D3, am I wrong? Ain't it different, man? It's different to be black here. You in a place with almost no racism, bro. It's different here, bro. It's different.
Bro,
here.
there's racism all over the planet. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about ain't that much racism in Canada, bro. Stop playing, man.
You've never lived here. How would you know?
I've been in Toronto. I've been everywhere in Canada, bro. They treat you like a king over there.
How long were you here for?
For weeks. On vacation.
Oh, my God.
For weeks. For weeks.
So weeks will tell you the amount of racism that there is in one country.
Hey, all I can say is, man, like, comment, subscribe.
You're an entertainer, bro. You're hilarious.
It's your boy BBO. It's your boy D3, man. Hopefully, gonna do more of these. The D3 and BBO show, man. We're gonna do a lot more. We plan on covering some more big fights, and y'all gonna hear me, man, cooking people like my man,
Boxing. No cooking, bro. You get zero cooking.
We're gonna hibachi this brother, man, like we always do. And we knocking out all bums, man. You know, I'm gonna start going on knocking out a bum every live. And the day you got slept, I ain't even have to knock you out. D3 really knocked you out, man. You went right to bed. You came with nothing more than the fact that you keep saying.
I'm awake.
This is the thing you keep saying. Everything out your mouth is that it's got to be a knockout. So I know you ain't watching boxing, and I know for a fact you ain't been watching EJ because EJ is not gonna get hit with nothing stupid, and that's a fact. Unless your boy plan on bringing some of them gloves that he like to bust through, there's not going to be a chance for him, man. But I digress, man. It's your boy BBO, it's your boy D3. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be back soon. And again, man, Boxing Nerd just got demolished. I'm sorry, man. I want to see condolences out. This brother just got murdered on here, man. He got filleted on here, bro. And we gone, man.
All right.
All right, peace.